Alrighty guys, welcome back to another Python tutorial, and this will be adding to our expense tracker. We have the basic shell for the expense tracker built, but this time around we'll be adding password hashing, which, to put simply, just makes the passwords more encrypted than having them in plain text. For example, if I just type password, or we'll put this in, type password, this would be very insecure because anyone who runs the program could just see your password. So the goal of this is to first we'll have a CSV with our hashed passwords. Even if someone were to get that CSV, it'd be hard, if not impossible, to crack the password depending on how complex the original password was when it was hashed. And just a little starter information. Passwords that are hashed are one way, meaning they can't be reversed. In this program, we'll be comparing the hashes. So when an account is made for your expense tracker, the password will be hashed and stored in the CSV. And then when someone goes to log in, the info they used to log in will be hashed again and then compared to the hash. So it's not pulling that password at all. So they couldn't use that to log in. Alright, we'll go ahead and start. We'll go ahead and get the functions in our functions file. We'll import the hash library. Import hash lib. This stores just a bunch of different hashing algorithms that we'll be using. And then we'll go ahead and start by adding two, or I think it'll be three, what's it called? Sorry, three functions. Alright, we'll go ahead and do a get hash. This we'll use for hashing our passwords. So we'll just go get hash, and then hash object, which is just what will be hashed. It's a temporary object. Hash lib. We'll do SHA-256. There's many hashing algorithms, but this is one of the most secure, and it's pretty quick, so it'll be great for what we're doing. And then we'll encode, and then alright. And then we'll just return the hash object dot text digest. So this basically just converts it into a hexadecimal that is readable and not just a bunch of gibberish. It won't be readable, it'll just be a bunch of numbers and letters, but still. Alright, then we'll do define save hash. This will save it when we run the program, so it saves to the CSV. And to do this, we are going to the username. We'll use these as our arguments. Username and then hashed password. And then we'll do our data frame here. Data frame equals PD. We use pandas for this. Data frame. Sorry, there we go. Oopsies, forgot their capitalization's weird. Username. This is just setting up the columns and things for the data frame. Password. There we go. And then, okay, there we go. And we'll do data frame to CSV to convert this. CSV. And then we'll name it usernames and hashed passwords. And we'll set that index to false. that's our second function done. One left, and this one's a little complex, but I'll explain it as we go. It's mainly just most of it's just used for error checking, but I'll explain in a second. We'll call this load hash. There we go. We don't need any arguments for this one. And then we're gonna use a try except block here, load hashes. Oh, okay. I can't type today. A little early, but it'll do. And then we're gonna read our CSV. So this will this is when we'll load in our CSV to read it. We'll go ahead and copy that because I don't want to type that again. CSV, and then we'll do if username, I keep doing that. If username not in load hashes dot columns. This is just checking the columns to make sure it's actually in it. Or password. This video may be a little long, but it'll be okay. Not in load hashes dot columns. I can't spell columns. Okay. And this is where it gets a little complicated. Wait, make sure I did that right. Awesome. And then we'll have it return the data frame columns. Return p dot data frame. And we'll set the column. Oh my gosh, I can't type. Okay. Equal username and hash password. Alrighty, that should be fine. Then we'll come out here. We'll do our return load action. Alright. And then we'll come back out here to our try block just to add some error handling. In case anything goes wrong, we'll do a file not found. Which in our case shouldn't happen because we're going to create the file separately, but file not found. Data frame. And then we'll just copy this over because it's essentially going to be the same thing. It just checks, basically puts in the columns to make sure everything's right. And then we'll do it in case the data frame, we get an errors, frame errors, dot empty data frame, no, okay. Oh, yep, I'm intelligent. There we go. And then it's just more of this. Alright, here we go, that's that. And now we'll come over and then add it to our main. So, for this, I got my notes over here, sorry. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go next to our usernames, we're going to add a new list called hashed password. Awesome. And then once we got that added, we do need to import everything over. And like when we had the CSV loaded, so we're going to go user underscore data equal. And then because this isn't its own file, we have to pull it using the functions dot load. So it's like its own module basically. Alright. got that. Why is that like okay, never mind. All good. Anyways. Now we'll do logged in user. Oh yeah, we don't need this silly hat passwords anymore. That's very unsecure. If not, user underscore data dot empty. So we're just checking if it's empty, or if it isn't empty rather. Username equals user data. We'll do usernames, and then we'll use the toList function. What that's going to do is it's going to convert these data frames to lists, and it's going to put them here and here, which is going to be very helpful. Password equals user. Thank you for not auto finishing. There we go. I don't know why I keep switching between those. Just have it. Passwords. And again, we'll do the two lists. Alright. And then let's see here. How could we make this work? Alright, we'll go into here. If not in username. Password input. Okay, here's what we'll do. So when they type in their password, we're going to hash the password. And simply to do that, we'll just pull our get hash command. So we'll do functions dot get hash. There we go. And boom. Make sure that all went through. Okay, awesome. And then it wants to keep adding this. We'll just remove that line. And then we'll add our own right here. Hashed underscore passwords dot append. We're just going to add their hashed password input to our list. Input. There we go. Hash passwords append password input. And then we'll say that their account was created successfully. We'll come down here, and what we're going to do is, now that we have their hash password in the list, we're going to convert it back in to the data frame so it can be saved. So we'll do username equal usernames. I don't know why I keep typing users' names. Okay, there we go. Awesome, and then do that again. User data. Password equals. All good, all good. Awesome. And then we'll do one last thing. What we'll do is we'll do the function. And we'll save our hashes. Save hash. We are almost done. I know this video is running a little long for what it is, but I think hashing's worth it. Almost all secure platforms use it, as it's one of the most efficient means of hiding and encrypting passwords, as is making them harder to crack. If their entire database got caught, there are things you can make called rainbow tables, which are just brute forcing password hashes, but not important. That's for another day. Alrighty. So, you come in here, and when they want to go to log in, say they don't want to make an account, they already have one. If username input is in, instead of passwords, we'll do hashed passwords. And then, if username input, username and hash passwords. Let's open this up a little more. Logged in successfully. Alright. And then we'll come over here and add the CSV. We'll go pull where we called it, because I don't want to type that in. It's a very long name. Boom. And now, we'll run it and see if she works. Clear that. Yes, you want to make a new account. We'll call it test, and then test again. Come over here, and it worked. Awesome. And then we can see if we want to go ahead and log in real quick. Make sure we did add where it hashes in the input. See, this wouldn't have worked. So what we'll do is we'll come over here, hash input. What was it? Okay. Function dot get hash. Okay, awesome. Now we'll just rerun the code. Oh, that's not right. Used a backwards parenthesis. Okay. We are almost done. Sorry, this has been so long. If it would load, please load. Okay. Make sure that's saved. It did save. Test and test. What? Okay. Well, we got the password hashing done. That was the main goal of it. So, not sure what happened with the main code, but essentially we saw that it worked. We learned how to create password hashing. We learned what hashing was. In terms of checking the password, not entirely sure what happened, but let's see if we can troubleshoot this really quickly. Password input, if input and username and hash password and username index equals password input. I don't know why it's looping back. I don't think the password shouldn't be wrong. We can try this real quick. Okay. Yes, we'll make a new account. We'll call this just test lowercase, and then test. There we go. Okay, yeah, I don't know what happened before. Alright, that's everything. We learned how to create hashes, check the hashes, and pretty simple. Wasn't too long of a video, but we got everything done. If you want to do a little recap, we got our get hash function, which just creates the hash. We have our save and load hash, which just loads this CSV right here. And that's about all. Just a little test real quick. There's online hashing tools. We'll do a hashed decode. Come over here. We'll paste it and see if it. Okay. We'll do a SHA-256 hash decode. And because it's a relatively simple thing, it should get hashed pretty quick. Our decryptor. We'll see if it decrypts. It did find it. It took 923 tries, but it was pretty quick because it's just test. That's why most things make you use a secure password. But anyways, hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial, and hope y'all come back for the next one when we add to this expense tracker. Alright, goodbye.